Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Hamda.
Hamda, what's doing this week? Come on.
This week in the Keith and the Girl world, this Saturday is a big day. Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we start with a private production meeting for silent trailers. That's how we come up with all those wacky categories. And you can come in to this meeting and, just listen in and hear all the wacky ideas that we have, or chime in with your own, chime in with comments on other people's. Go to keithandthegirl.com/tickets for tickets and a little more information. Also, we are giving discounts to VIPers for that ticket. So VIPers, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. If you're not a VIPer, what the hell? It's great to be an IP. Be a VIPer today, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. And right after that production meeting, like I said, it's a big night for Keith and the Girl. Hop on over to our YouTube channel and we're going to watch a premiere of silent trailers together. That's where we get to comment along. Keith and I will be there. Xerxes will be there, and a bunch of regulars. Come over on YouTube, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a thing. Thanks.
Let's get right into today's guests. It's Clark Jones. Hello, Clark.
What's up? It's your favorite comedian.
It really is. Clark Jones, of course, from HBO. He wrote the show on Stars, Run the World. Yeah. Good to see you again.
Man, so good to see y'all. Even virtually.
It's been so long. We were trying to talk behind the scenes, just casual conversation, but we have so much to catch up on. We wanted to do it while we're live, and you're way into it, right? You're not like not that. You're an open book.
No, therapy's been good for me, man. Like it's taken off. It's like it's been a trend in the Black community about like getting mental health together. So yeah, and I haven't talked to my therapist in like 2 months, so I'm like backed up. I'm like, let me give it to Keith and the Girl.
Excellent.
Should people be worried about therapy in that regard? That is it like, for example, my girlfriend Kyle trains all the time, physically, stretches all the time, does yoga all the time. But guess what? Every other 5 minutes, I got to go stretch now. Well, but I don't have that disease. I don't have that problem. Now are you like, fuck, it's been 2 months. I didn't get to talk to somebody.
Thankfully, I could do stand-up, but like you said, it's a trade-off of everything, right? I feel like, man, we got to be ready for less shit to be invented if dudes keep going to therapy. Like, it's going to be less... It's going to be less innovation because, we get off on like, all right, well, I built this cabinet. I made this thing. I created this thing. But if you get it all out in therapy, you don't feel the need to build nothing because you're like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
You don't go to therapy. You just, there's no need to stretch. There's no need to sit in the hot tub because if you just sitting on a chair, you never work those muscles. So it's a trade-off with therapy.
What a weird commercial for atrophy. It is very bizarre that you would take that stance. And I get it. A lot of artists are scared to get therapy because it takes the edge off. But you can laugh at the things that really happened. Don't worry, you'll find enough trauma to laugh at if you're good with it.
Oh, yeah, no, it hasn't taken away my sense of humor, be able to go on stage and kill and all of that. It's just that I'm talking about for like the layman, the dock worker, or just the scientist, not people who don't have that creative outlet, you know what I mean? Or the non-podcaster. There's not too many left for those, but it's like, if you don't have an outlet, then you just gonna go to work and it's gonna temper a lot of like thinking bigger, I think, for some guys.
Kyle wanted me to put a couch together, and I said, but I don't have to now because I know how to use my words. And I'll just sit her down and explain that I love her.
That Allen wrench going to gain a lot of dust. You just go, you know what? I could just call somebody to do this.
Did you lose a girlfriend? Like, did you break up with someone as soon as you did therapy? What's this attachment to happiness while detaching from other things? Like, there's an exchange for you.
It's just everything got to be balanced with me. Like anything good happen, I'm like, it's got to be some on the other side of this. Anything bad happen, I'm like, it's got to be some on the other side of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm even Stevens. Would
you say that to a woman? Like if a woman yells at you, or you're like, don't worry, I figured. I won the lottery today.
It depends on how you look at it.
Go ahead, honey.
She say, you came already? I'm like, well, you about to come too. Even Stevens.
Right.
Balance is. I'm eventually gonna get everybody, but everything got to be, on one accord. I hate imbalance. I don't like
What
bullies.
made you go to the
I like
therapy in the
imbalance.
first place? What, like 40 years old, right?
Oh yeah, man, almost not quite. I'm hanging on for dear
I didn't
life.
mean to call you
I'm
out.
in
I
that
just
last
meant
year.
yeah. It still took a bit,
Uh,
right? What was the
I
breaking point?
in December 2019, my mom died of ovarian cancer.
Damn.
May 2020, my other mother died of heart failure. September 2020, my brother was murdered.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Damn.
by the way, first of all, when you say other mom, how do you mean?
I was intentionally vague. I didn't grow up with two lesbian moms,
Right.
but my stepmother, I just like to play like that.
I get you. Did she take care of
Yeah.
you more than the other mom, or
It wasn't that like wicked stepmother relationship. She
right?
was my mother. Like it was like all, and then the thing was when my birth mother died, I was looking forward to us really like getting closer,
Right.
and filling in all whatever gaps that might have been before. So I'm all excited. And then yeah, it was just both of them were just like quick. Like I was home in September of that year. My mother was fine, got a clean bill of health. That ovarian cancer is like fucking flash bolt. Like it
Yeah.
Wow.
happened out
So
of
fast.
nowhere. Yeah, I didn't even I was
Yeah.
in this is crazy. This is people think that I'm making these stories up for comedy
That would
purposes.
be
I'm not.
weird.
Oh,
I'm a like
Yeah.
A,
shit
that'd be weird.
happened.
B, it is hilarious. You see their point. Of
Yeah,
course.
I
Why would
get
you be
it.
breaking all this
I
up?
it's just that like, but like sons they don't play about their mama, so they're like, man, that got to be true. I found out I had just it was a shootout. I was shooting filming a documentary in Virginia in a rough neighborhood. It was a shootout one that was Tuesday. Wednesday I had to move out. Thursday my brother called me like, yeah, this is my older brother who told me, mom, they saying stage 4. I'm like, what the? How do you go straight to 4? Like I saw y'all seen
Right.
The Sopranos. Remember when Johnny
Right.
Sack got cancer? It was like there's no stage 5. That's all I knew about it. And
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about ovarian cancer, how quickly it moves, women's bodies and stuff. So I learned a lot. And yeah, by December 19th, I was at a wedding for a comedian, and that's when I found out. It was
Did you
wild.
deal with it immediately?
You said what?
Immediately, what was your response?
Here's the thing.
I
I
ain't doing the
took it
chicken
well.
dance.
I took it. Here's what's crazy. I took it. I found out, and it was, upon immediately hearing it, it was thankfully my friends. 3 of my friends were around me. My closest friends, Kenny DeForest, Will Miles. They were right next to me. So it was like a joke. And then they was like, "Hey, you want to go back to the hotel?" So we went back to the hotel. They were doing because it was on a resort. They were like doing a pool party or whatever, like hot tub party and stuff like that. I was just like, "Man, let's just go back to the party." And some like they were like, "Man, you taking this well?" I had forgotten
Hmm.
a comedian had given me Molly like
Oh my God.
2
You
hours
forgot.
before I got the news. So I was just like, man, life happens. Life doesn't happen. God gives, God takes away. It's balance. And I'm giving them a speech about dealing with loss. That day in the hot tub,
Mm.
I want to just party and be around people. And I was like social and active. Now, that next day, on the ride back to the city, because it was in Palm Springs. We had to drive back to LA. Oh, I was a fucking mess. But when I found out, I took it exceptionally well.
Yeah, the,
This is a commercial for Molly.
yeah, the Molly took it extra good.
The Molly took the edge off
Which
completely.
is funny because don't they talk about fucking the bridesmaids and all this at weddings? You need Molly on top of it.
No,
saying.
oh yeah. I thought I heard bride and I didn't hear the maids parts. I'm like, man, what
You're a
porn?
polite gentleman. I mean the maids.
Oh my God, we are
I like
we are
the bride.
seeing so much into both of your fucking thought processes. It's so amazing. Like Keith's idea of a good time is you might have access to fuck some favorite people at this party. And why do
Yeah.
you need Molly? Like, why do you
Yeah.
need Molly when you have the potential for this thing?
The Molly take it up though. It had you talking. and you find out your mom died, you just like, hey, it's a wedding.
Sure, sure.
I didn't tell the bride or the groom because I don't want that
Well,
to
no shit.
be
Yeah, of
remembered
course.
at
That's
all.
right. Right.
So, I just did what I had to do. It's
And then
wild.
and then how much later do you hear about your brother being shot?
So I'm in LA. I found out well, I'm sorry. Is that noise loud?
No, I
No.
can't hear it.
Oh, okay. So I'm in LA. May happened. And I'm like, man, I got to get out of here. I was writing on the show. So it was like best of times, worst of times. This is my first TV writing job. Like, wow. Like nothing is big. I'm living in like paying my own rent, bought a car in LA off comedy money and dealing
This
with
is
2 moms lost.
this is
Go ahead.
Run the World on Stars, right?
Just run the world on
Okay.
stars. So when the show was done when we finished the season 1, my older brother, like, he wasn't taking it. He's from a different generation. He was more of a street kind of guy. Like therapy just wasn't in the cards. I
When you
started.
say older in a different generation, how much older?
So he was 8 years older than me.
Okay.
So he came up in the crucial wave of Chicago gangbanging. He survived all that. He's just a different type of guy.
Was he involved when you say he was around all
He
that?
came up in it. He kept me away from it.
Okay.
So he was very familiar with like all of that. That's just, and it's so funny. Like when you in it, everything from the outside is like gangbanging is every ecosystem got its, and when you're in it, you're like, oh, I guess it is bad if you explain it to me that way, right? But anyway, I'm sorry. So
It is something, and I mean, I get it. I think trying to keep you out of it while he stays in, but he sincerely believes that you can have a better life. Why does he think it's too late for him? Is it almost like depression, the way people like being in bed?
I
You
think
know what
you
I mean? Do
just,
you like it because it's
I think
comfortable?
you just, familiarity can breed contempt, but it's like, if it's all you know, you ain't scared of it as hard. It's like when these athletes get rich and they lose money and everybody like, oh, you blew 86 million. But if you've been broke most of your life, you're
Right.
more comfortable with that. So they're probably more comfortable not having anything than having all this money that everybody's always asking you for shit. You don't know what to do with it. You rather just like, oh, I know how to be broke.
Right.
Like Mike Tyson was like, man, the happiest I've ever been was when he was broke. Like he was happy because he didn't have all these extra people around him. So he didn't see it like that, but he knew that he just wanted more for me,
Right.
Him and my mother. So like we were like a little triumvirate, the three of us. So I saw he wasn't taking it as well as I could handle it. I had career stuff going, TV, super proud of me, all of that. But I once the season was over, I'll just go back to Chicago. Me and my brother, we can connect harder. And I was supposed to leave in September, but I just wasn't ready with all my moving shit. So I was like, I'll just come back in October. His birthday in October. I'll be good by then. September 8th, my grandmother called me and she was just like 1 a.m. She told me, yeah, my brother had gotten shot to death. I wasn't on Molly
Oh,
at
Right.
all. And it was just the most heartbreaking thing. Thankfully, I had started therapy and when after my stepmother passed. So I just texted her like, hey, we gotta talk like tomorrow because my brother just died. And yeah, I came back the following month and it was like so much estate stuff. I don't know if y'all ever dealt with like a family member passing, and thankfully my mother was super organized, so that helped a lot. But it's just it's a trip, and it's different. Like if I worked a job where they told me what to do every day, like, hey, you gotta load these bricks, and I just had that guidance. Is different, but like with so much of everything that I do based on me creating and doing it, it's harder when you just want to stay in bed and like miss your folks. You know what I mean?
Sure.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Did you have any other family that you were, because I noticed you said your mother died and you're like, okay, let me connect with this next family member. And then she died. Let me connect with this next family member. Was there
Yeah.
not a next family member?
No, not really, because those were the only 3 people who could check me. You know what I mean? You know, it's like when nobody can check you anymore, and it's just like, hey, but I'm the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like a baby need somebody to just at least adjust things. I
And
mean,
I get
thankfully,
that,
yeah,
especially when you're in trauma. Like I remember I'm getting a divorce and I'm like, my brothers are great, but I need an adult. I wish I was talking to my family. Like, I don't want to be an
yeah,
adult, but divorcing is so adult that you just want to escape and there's nowhere to escape to. And then there's paperwork on top of
so
everything. Like
much
you
paperwork.
got to read this weird language and everyone's just assuming you speak it because you're of a certain age, but you've never seen this before. And I
Never
love
had to deal with it.
experts like accountants and lawyers who legit speak another language, which is what I think they went to school for. And they talk to you like you just know. And it's like, holy shit, why don't you put up this
Yeah,
episode for me real quick? See how that goes for you. Like, walk
and
me through it, hold my hand.
and everything is a mailing thing. So you like ain't there's no reminder. You can't Google alert actual envelope. So like you gotta be on top of it. It's just like my brother, he was going through it trying to figure out a lot of stuff. So it was deadlines he missed and dates he missed and like mail that he got that never, you know what I mean? So like it was just a lot. It has no ending, the depths of it. And it's what they call like an exclusive club to lose a parent. Like either you know what that's about or you don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know the story of his death?
I do know the story. Um I
Was he
do know the
going extra, for lack
story.
of better words? Was he going extra hard because of his pain, or
I'll
is this a
say
fight he wouldn't have gotten into?
I'll say this. I'll say this. There's different ways. Suicide is not always immediate, right? Like suicide is could be just eating unhealthy on purpose for as long as possible. You
Right.
know it's gonna lead. It's gonna speed up the process. It's not just slitting your wrist. It's not just like instant. That's the word. It's not always instant. There was some signs looking at the situation, and I only speak about it because somebody listening who
I
could
think.
relate, right? And that's my thing. I like people to get relief from shit that I went through. He knew, I feel he knew what was going to happen because some of the steps he took were um were in preparation. The case is still pending. It's not
Okay.
completely done. They caught the person, but there's still some stuff. But I do think looking at certain signs, in a certain way, he did prepare for this tragedy. I don't think he knew exactly how it was going to happen, but yeah, there was some signs that he knew what his actions could lead to.
Like he's putting his statements in order, or he's really just going out there tougher than
I just know
quote sane.
as street smart as he is, and he knows
Right.
how the cause and effects of certain actions. That there's no way that he just like forgot all that out of nowhere.
Mm.
Got you.
You know,
When we were teenagers, my brother attempted suicide. And so after that, he happened to wake up. He took the wrong pills, he didn't take enough pills, but he was going to die. He happened to wake up. Um,
He took Vivarin by accident. He's like, motherfucker! Jesus, I'm a lightning bolt.
this is Pixie Sticks. Damn, I gotta stop going to that bodega. Did he now?
but
I don't know
but
if this is
after
too. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying after that, I just thought, because you're like, oh, maybe I saw the signs and whatever. After that, I was checking on everybody. Did you start doing that? Like, I got to check on you. Like, maybe you're killing yourself. Maybe you're.
What's wild is like their energy, especially my birth mother. Like, I just started inhibiting her attributes.
Mm.
She was the one who checked. Like, she was a glue for the family. She was the one who checked on people and made sure everybody was good. And at the funeral, I wasn't crying. I was making sure that the food was all in order. Like, I was her for that day. But the danger in that is, you know, I didn't know how much sacrifice that goes into making sure everybody else is good. And so I'm trying to reach out to people, and they don't always have the best intentions for you. You know, like I'm
Yeah,
just
you.
trying to be super cousin, super
Hmm.
uncle, super extended family member to everybody because I'm going through a loss and it makes me feel better to help people, right? But motherfuckers don't know how to handle being taken care of sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you can give somebody a sandwich, and if they ain't used to people getting them sandwiches, they don't either trust it, or they're gonna ask you for 5 sandwiches, or they're gonna try to get as much as they can out of the situation. Some people, I was raised on love, other people were raised on survival, and those two don't usually mix. Fuck everything else, race, class, whatever. You gotta have this certain like this. I think for a relationship to work, you gotta have similar outlooks on like money and somebody taking care of you. Two people raised on love can be together. Somebody raised on love, somebody raised on survival. That's almost impossible because
Af-
you don't trust the same.
After your second mom passes away, when you call your therapist, are you most angry at them? Like I can picture, let me tell you something, and then your brother dies, and you're like, okay, so it's not a coincidence anymore, is it, Joanne? Anyway,
Yeah,
text me.
yeah,
Can I call you
yeah.
today?
This
I,
she couldn't say a lot of this happens to a lot of people. She couldn't even
right,
say that.
right.
She couldn't say this is a common. The first mom, she like a lot of people lose a parent. Here's a book. Second mom, okay, a lot of people have gone through multiple like what is it compound loss. The
Right.
third, she like bruh, like I don't. We gotta
Yeah.
man.
She goes,
Shit. Let
you
me
know what?
ask
Maybe I'm
somebody.
wrong. Turn counterclockwise in the shower. What do I give a fuck?
Right,
Doesn't ruin your
right.
day.
Let's both go to it. Like
Right.
she was man. It jolted her. I could tell because
Wow.
she had lost a parent. So we could talk about all it. Just she couldn't instantly say, well, when this happened to me, it just she was learning about loss
Do you guys
through
split the
me.
cost then, or what?
We should have. She a
Right.
couple times she was like, you know what? Don't even worry about payment on this
Wow.
one.
Good.
Yeah,
That's nice.
What
few times,
did you
few
say
times.
back to her? Like, you still need to worry about listening to me, but okay.
Right.
Yeah, I use this. I don't even know if I could do. Do y'all have any therapists, sponsors?
Yes.
We have
You
a
do?
better help for a sponsor. We
Oh,
both
all right,
use it
never
too.
mind. I ain't gonna drop the name then, but it was a nice place that worked with your price or what you could afford.
Robin Hood doesn't do that. No, they take all 10 of your sandwiches. No,
This the HMO. I got an HMO therapy session if anybody needs a little help.
so how you holding up now? You didn't need a therapist in 2 months, or you just lazy about it? How you getting by?
You know, comedy opened back up, so that helped out a lot. I'll never be over it. I'll never be perfectly fine, but talking to people again and like that fucking instantaneous like hormone injection of like writing a new joke or writing a new thing, period, and people like responding to it is that drug is crazy still. That's
Right.
better than Molly, you know.
Isn't it funny
Wow.
how good it feels to get something out? And I see this a lot with comedy. I kind of saw this with this story. In fact, in your album, you mentioned the three you said you lost 6 people in your life the same time 1 year, and then it's really, to me, it sounds like it's so that you feel good just getting it out there that 3 family members close to you died, and then the punchline is and 3 of them, there's just 2, they're dead to me. But isn't that funny that even that first part, I'm guessing, feels healing and feels good. I didn't know anything about the moms or the brother, of course, and but I guarantee that you liked getting it out there. Like somehow that did something. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, the okay, real quick. So, like, my brother, who's the funniest person I've ever met, he's the reason I was even able to do this. Um, when the last time he saw me on stage, he really was like, "Man, you got it up." Like, he don't like social media. He wasn't on that, but he like filmed, like
Good, by the
recorded
way.
it.
Way too many. I mean, depending on what side you're on, a lot of these gang members don't mind going on Facebook too much. At least he
That
knew
was
that
he was
rule. Unless
he
that's what
was
you mean. He started going on Instagram, and you're like, oh, he's trying to kill
right.
himself.
He
Yeah,
was not in the self-snitching generation.
right.
Did not do that. But this
Self-snitching. That's
yeah,
what social media platforms
that's
are.
what all it is now. People telling like, why is the gun in question on your IG stories?
Right.
Uh, where did you get all this money from? Why are you still in front of the bank? Why did you tag your location?
That's a different
Uh,
selfie than usual.
yeah, that's self snitching. So yeah, just like I just carry that with me when I go on stage. It's so funny. Like people like, oh, Mother's Day, are you sad? I'm like,
That's this Sunday.
yeah. It's just like I excuse me. I get excited when I see people loving their mother. I get mad when people talk shit about their mom. That's what pissed me off. Like,
All right, good to see you.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I don't know if you would know. I
yeah,
don't know if you would know the other end, Clark. But do you ever think like you're somebody like you could just love your mom? It's like my mom beat me all day.
yeah. I
Yeah, but you
mean,
only got
that's
one. Well, you had
loving.
two, and they're both gone, so that's worse. So if you could
Yeah.
still, you
I
think that's
wish I
it?
could. I wish I could get beat right now. That was
Right.
that was good.
Must be
I
nice.
wish he would abuse me.
It's
No,
called touch. Yeah.
yeah, that's the love language.
You just don't want indifference.
Yeah,
The
just
indifference that
like
hurts.
that's the opposite of love.
Now, what about the people who are dead to you?
That was a part of the me overreaching, like trying to be super like, oh, I was able to because I felt a lot of guilt about being in New York, being away from mom and stuff like that. So like I was trying to um I wrote myself into their lives and they didn't ask to be characters also. And I found a lot about like raising girls. No disrespect. I don't know how you were as a teenager, but like my brother had daughters, and I was trying to be like, super uncle, and they didn't ask me to do that. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
one of them was
what
like,
is your therapist saying about the fact that you're trying to be a super person to other people and that's the way that you're relating?
she asked
Like you're
me,
not like, oh, now I'm just
yeah,
reconnecting or forming a friendship. You're like, I'm gonna be their best person ever.
right. Well, one of
Yeah.
them, the oldest one is an adult, and so the therapist, she was like, did they ask you to do that? And I was just like, oh, you know what I'm
And you're
saying?
taking it, you're in a way, you're going like, I don't know how females are, but if somebody approached your brother as a teenager and said, I'm going to be super uncle now, you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't he
Right.
resist it a little bit also? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And
Absolutely.
the heartache and a good path and but it's kind of like Bible thumping, right? Like you cannot preach like that unless someone's ready to hear the message. So you trying to push yourself to be this person for them. Yeah.
These are things I learned the hard way. Like,
Mm.
man, I'm getting cussed out by somebody I'm trying to help. That's crazy. But they didn't ask to be, because there was some trust issues between my brother and them. So like it's a whole thing that I can't just walk in like the situation wasn't ready for me. So, but I tried to, and then I was like, damn, am I doing this for them or is it gonna make me feel better?
Yeah.
And I
Did your
found out,
therapist tell you maybe like when you're looking to be someone's uncle or father, you might be looking for an uncle or father?
right.
Mm.
Like us, and the other thing is a lot of shit I ain't tell, this is new. So I ain't telling everything that I'm doing either. Cause I'm trying to like, you try, you
Sure.
don't just, I ain't just an open box like that. So she told me afterwards when shit didn't work out and I talked to her about it, then that's when she was saying the things that you're saying right now.
Yeah.
But,
Does it
you
feel
know,
weird? You said like, manlyhood is at stake. Black people usually don't go to therapy, like all of that. Is there an embarrassment or a shame still?
not at all for me. Like I said, like it used to be a time before I post something, I was always think like, man, I got to think how this is gonna make my mom look or
Um,
reflect. But like I post literally, or I talk about literally everything. I put so much in my stand up and on stage. And I was just like, damn, I would never just walk up to a person and say these things. So I never had that issue with like, you know, what are people gonna think? Because it's just different now. Like More black people going to therapy. We doing drugs that used to be taboo. We doing a lot of things that used to be taboo, and I think it's because of like the Instagram and Twitter, like we seeing what everybody's doing across the world and how it affects them, and we just have more options. You know, when you're trying to keep people from doing something, you keep it insular. Like, don't go over there. Don't go where in the white people neighborhood. You're gonna start doing what white people do, and we were just taught that, right?
It feels
Therapy,
like it's not for you.
yeah, therapy,
Yeah.
Molly, all of that stuff. But now that we see, we can follow anybody and we can see any in every community and what it does. Then we're like, oh, well, let me try it. Let me see if it works for me. So I'm glad to be that ambassador of like, hey, Molly therapy.
It's so funny. I think this is related to it. Xerxes and I talk about like he has immigrant parents, and I
Yeah,
came to this country when I was 4, so we have a lot of like commonalities with the way our parents responded to us. And one of the things was, oh, look at you guys, you think you're American. Like we got that from our parents,
yep,
and we're like, dude, like he was
yep,
born here,
yep.
in this country. And I
It's
was raised here, and I'm like, and that was confusing because it's like, I guess I'm not an American, but I'm not Israeli either. So like, why are you telling that like it's a punchline? Like, oh,
it's the
didn't
it's
you find America? And I'm like, no, but neither did Columbus. I'm learning this thing.
yeah, it's the same thing with a different language. Any like a common thing, anything that's too ambitious, if it don't work out, the first you ain't white. Like what you doing trying to start your own business? Like you ain't white. You trying to move downtown. You trying to move to Long Island City. You ain't white. You better
Mm,
stop and just like stay here in Bed-Stuy or whatever. And it's projection of other people's insecurities about trying shit, about
Sure.
growing, about like having bigger plans. Like you can't do that. You ain't white. Well, only white people can get away with that. Only white people can go to therapy or whatever.
and it's hard to
So
prove them wrong.
it's hard. You just got to be like,
Yeah.
right. You're like, you should go. How about I take you? I booked you an appointment.
Everybody's buying each other appointments. Nobody's going.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you dating now?
Shit. How
Huh?
do I? You know what, man? I
What?
don't even know
Oh
what to
boy.
call it. I don't know what to call it. I don't. I'm trying to. My last relationship. Here's my thing, and I hope this don't turn any women off. I attract a lot of
Don't use the word crazy.
bisexual.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Let me
What if
just
I'm crazy? Here's the thing about women.
right.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Oh
Clark's like,
God,
Let me
ever
go.
since I
Clark.
started
Let me.
following the female
Let,
body because of my
let me.
mom,
Let me go full
I've
depth. Full depth comedy jam about women real quick. No, I attract a lot of bisexual and lesbian women, right?
nice, real
And
nice.
you
Tell
would
me
think
more.
so. You
Keith,
would think
don't go
so.
old. Can
You
we
would
not go
think
old
so.
school with our responses? He's being sarcastic, but he doesn't understand this
At
might be the
least,
first
at
time someone's
least,
listening to
at
him.
least, at least bring the octave up a little bit. Don't go full nice. Yes. But
Nice.
it's good. Yeah. On that note, it's great from a if just trying to fuck around type thing. My
Mhm.
experiences, these are mine, is a lot of bisexual women I date love women, but they'll date men. So they date me and like, I serve a purpose. It feels more utility than
Mm.
actual. Because I asked them about the experiences with women is like so way more loving and way more patient, way more grace. But like with me, it's like your purpose is to do this. Why? What is with the feelings and the emotions and the caring? Like, why are you expecting that? Men aren't supposed to want that. That's what
Mm.
that's been my and I've needed it more in the past 2 years. So that's where I've kind
Are
of
you
went
are you
wrong.
giving that to women? Like when you say you need it, is that what
Yeah.
you put out there and they're turned off by it?
They just was like, this wasn't in the user agreement. Like they just, because of, we're in this age of absolutism where it's like, men are like this, men are trash, women are this, every gay men are that, whatever it is very absolute. So like, if you're in these groups and they all say men are this, when she actually would date a man or when they would, um, you came in with all these assumptions. I'm just like, no, men are sensitive and we're becoming more sensitive. Like if you look at,
Were you
the
not
culture,
before?
I
Yeah, I
always
think we are
was.
trying to break that. But did you always
Yeah.
have that experience trying to be emotional with a woman and them sort of going, no,
I
not you?
I know. I think before, especially with like youth, I was a little more I was on my Playboy shit a little bit, like I
Nice.
was on the yeah. So
So
I think
I
that
think you can tell maybe where they're coming from, where you used to use that emotional space to get into pants and like whatever you call a player is. Now you're
sure,
using it authentically, but it's been years, and
yeah,
now some women might be on guard about how you're approaching it.
exactly. And like I was sensitive before, but it's just I would lose interest. So that's why I was like, I would just get kind of be over it. But it was somebody I really, really liked, and I think I liked them way too fast, and they just
Is
again,
this one experience or is this,
it's a couple. It's a couple
yeah? It
in the
sounds like
past year.
one that you keep going to
It
in
is
your
one
head. Okay.
specific. I'm not
Is it
over it.
okay? Okay. So you
The
didn't get
truth
what you
is
want.
coming
All
out.
right.
There
Okay.
was one that yeah, they're just
Well,
man.
be careful because you're doing what you're saying she's doing. You're like, well, women are like this or the women who date, but you're talking about one person.
Yep.
Just
I had
noticing something. Keith, what do you think about this whole men are like
Uh,
this and
yeah, Hamda's right.
ha ha.
every
Don't
all
fucking do that shit to
all
me. Get
Hemdas
the
are
fuck out. I
right.
will leave.
All
Fuck
Keiths
out of here.
agree. All Clarks are caught in the middle somewhere.
Well,
No,
what
because
am I?
this is
What am I
Keith's
gonna?
like,
If
I'm
it's
tuning out and I come back to just say Hamda's right and it goes away.
well, we got the answer. It's one person, not multiple people. Done. What's my point of view? um,
What's your thoughts on therapy, Keith? Just
That's
so
the
I
dumbest
know.
thing I ever did. It made me no,
Okay.
of course, no. I love it. It's
Really?
yeah. At first, you're nervous because you don't know if you're gonna have something to say, and then you realize, oh, they're trained to make sure you do, and yeah, I like it.
Can I point out something like an asshole?
Mm-hmm.
What's
The
that? Of
change
course.
in pronouns, like, hey, I'm like this, and you're like, how do you like therapy? Well, you usually get nervous. Not I
Right.
get nervous.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the
Right.
royal you. Yeah.
I didn't get there yet.
You
You
like
keep
moving around in your chair a little bit. Like this is the most you get like your reps in, like talking about you like, I don't know. It's just,
I
you
paid
do
for a
what you
chair that
do.
swivels. Now I'm not supposed to use it swiveling when I talk about feelings. Okay.
Okay.
They said
In
it
that
says great for
movement.
gaming, great for feelings.
Great for discomfort, all those
Yeah.
things. Man.
it's a
Isometric
good
exercise.
it's a good tell when he's playing poker. He's suddenly
Yeah,
comfortable in that seat, swiveling
yeah,
around. I'm using
right.
everything.
Get my reps in.
So this one woman that got you wrapped around her finger, is it an on and off again thing? Does she chime in every so often? Hey, how you doing? And you're like, how am I
Never.
doing? God
It
damn it, I'm
was it
good. What do you
was
want to do?
it was a clean break, like just
Yeah.
that's it. Which is crazy because I'm just like, how do you just? I'm usually like the clean cutoff. That was the other thing too,
So I guess you know how you usually. You're like,
man.
how does she do that? Well, you did it multiple times. How
I
do you
did it
do it? You tell us.
multiple. I
How do you do
just,
it?
you know why? And this is what, motherfucker. This is bad too. This is bad. Anybody listening?
I like the
People
heads
check.
up. Heads up.
People, you heads up for anybody dating. This is a thing that happens. People check out before they leave the hotel completely. So the way that they would do it is they would work through emotionally get out of it, and they taking all their bags and put it in the car before they actually say, "Hey, I'm leaving." Right?
Is this which pronoun is this? I or them?
This is the old me, the latest
Okay.
them that did that to me.
I see. So in order to leave someone in a clean break, you put your emotional stuff out already and your physical
Take
stuff,
it.
and then you break. Okay. So
Then
you
put
can't.
it in the van. Yeah.
It's like in the movie where you go like, "Hey, I'm getting divorced." Okay, now what? But if your bags are packed and then you announce it, you
Right.
already made a plan. So you make a plan. So you know how she
Somebody
did it.
somebody called they Uber like an hour ago. And you still just like, damn, I gotta we
To
only
the
got 5
left, to the
minutes.
left.
Yeah,
Everything you own in the house
they
to the left.
they
Why do you think
scheduled
that song
this.
is so big? You think it's like just an amazing song, like to the left, to the left. Everyone
Yeah.
understands your shit is there. Get the fuck out. I already called someone for you.
It's already been
Goodbye.
planned. It's been one, as they say. It's
So
already
now, how many
yeah.
women are sitting there going like, I was great to Clark, and one day he put all his bags in an Uber that he'd ordered an hour before. He knew how long this conversation would take, and now he's
Oh
out
my
of here.
God. I
How
don't know.
many women
Countless.
are like, I am the greatest, and this dude just fucking cut me off? Now it happened to you
Countless.
once.
But they didn't know. Yeah. I mean, it's probably happened more than that. But
Pronouns?
you know, I've been hurt before. I've hurt before. But them saying that they great, I don't know. They might think that they great.
Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Like I was decent. I was good to her. But hey, summer coming. Been doing my sit-ups.
Is the problem out there that all these motivational bumper stickers, believe in yourself? Like not everybody, right?
Yeah, this meme therapy is wild. Like people just go too far with just thinking something is instant. Like, no, you got to do the stuff underneath that to say like, hey, you're worth it. Why? What are you doing?
And then if you find out that you're not worth it, act accordingly, right?
Here's the thing, right? I think you're right. But believe in yourself. First, you got to know who you are. So believe in yourself, not that you could just be a basketball player. Believe in yourself that you can't be a basketball player. Be realistic so that you can believe in reality, and then you could believe in yourself fully. Not everyone's a basketball player. Not everyone, is an accountant. Not everyone is a comedian. Right. Believe in yourself, not in other people's passions and life and goals and orientation or whatever. You.
Yeah.
Now, find out who you are. That's step one. Takes 10, 20 years. I don't know.
No, so what is it? Clark just spit taking his own glass.
Time takes time. I don't know. It's a process. It's an ongoing
might be forever.
Thing. Yeah.
Just work towards start working towards it. Don't just it's easy to believe in somebody who's already in the NBA that
right.
The NBA. They already there. You watching it. But
how much work it took. Believe in the work that it takes to be yourself. Should we make a longer bumper sticker for you, Keith?
Yeah.
Believe in the work that it takes to be yourself and then do it. So we take the just do it and the believe in yourself and we make it real.
This is gonna take,
and it's just a mirror. It's a mirror too. So you can see.
Not everybody wants to look in the mirror. That might be step 3.
That's next level bumper sticker.
Yeah. It's been a pandemic, Clark. Relax.
You gotta earn that. Oh my God, don't I know it? I used to be thin and with shorter hair on this show. I used to look decent.
Now, when you say I might be dating, I don't know what I'm doing. Like we don't have words for things. What does any of that mean? Are you dating or are you not dating?
Sometimes like a woman will be interested, and I feel like, especially with the apps, if I get a match, I feel guilty. Like, man, I shouldn't be doing this. Am I about to hurt somebody? You know what I mean? Like, I feel a little bit like, okay, somebody's interested, and I have to really take a deep breath because I don't know if
because it was too easy to get him on the nap.
It's just like talking about knowing yourself. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I completely offer. Like I used to be this way. I could just walk away from things. Right. I'm unsure. So my approach is just going real slow, like a snail's pace.
This is so funny. You know, women have been talking about this forever, and you just call us vulnerable and sensitive.
I never did that.
All we want to do is get married, and
I'm an ally.
We're having one feeling, and you're like, I don't know why this woman can't handle my one feeling. I don't get it.
She couldn't handle it. Women are No, I ain't gonna say that. Women decent. Women decent. They just, we people.
Emotional work. It's an emotional work that you are maybe just waking up to and not realizing that people have been doing it for you for a while. But now you need more of it, and it's very vulnerable to try to get it.
Here's the thing. within the first or second session in therapy, I was asked the question of, Clark, do you love yourself? Right. I just broke down in tears because I never had to. I had people who loved me so much that I never had to
Wow.
either answer that question or even do any work to really find out if I do or don't. Right.
I cried too. I got nervous if it was a trick question.
Yeah. Cause I don't know the answer
Depends
to that.
what test you take, right? If it's good or not.
Right. What day is it? How good did my set go? Did I just miss an interview? Did the L train run that day? It's a lot of
Do you
things.
make your therapist clap at the end just to be like, well, now I love me. Thank you. I'll take that till next week.
The laughs, the mid laughs, like after a tense moment, that's my claps. If I can get a chuckle out out of her.
I do I judge my therapist when I can make her or him laugh. And the thing is, because in a way it's too easy, I'll say like the easy thing and then they'll laugh and I'm like, oh, good, I got to laugh, immediately followed by, you shouldn't be laughing at that. That's a sign that I'm trying to change the subject or cover something, or, this is how I react to emotional trauma. Like maybe notice
you
that.
fell for it.
And I'm, exactly.
But they know. They know. They know what you're doing. They know, they know that you needed that. Maybe it's something that breaks the ice when that you can at least feel some sort of that whatever that thing is, that pheromone when you make somebody laugh. So they got a long game. But yeah,
that makes sense. They know that you needed it.
They
know you needed
that.
Fair.
And the confidence was like, oh, I can still get over on somebody. That makes you feel a little bit bigger, right? A little bit more confident when you like, it worked. Because that's what happens when we go on stage and people still laugh at it and we say, this just happened and it happened 3 years ago. Like, oh, okay, they fell for it.
You ever put things about dating or fucking in your stand-up so that you get laid that night?
I never intentionally.
Okay.
I've seen that. Motherfuckers throw cocaine in they set, whatever they need. They throw rent in they set. The rent too high. I have a place. I have a couch. But I've never done it intentionally. It's just, the swag, just get them sometimes. Sometimes I can be charming. I ain't got to be direct. I'm a soft sell. I'm not a hard sell when it comes to, fucking around.
So is anybody? So it doesn't sound like anybody's on your list right now, so to speak. Do you owe anybody a phone call right now, dating wise?
Oh, nah, it's all brand new.
So you're free.
I got a clean sheet, clean rap sheet.
There you go.
Everything has been expunged.
Time served.
All debts, public and private, are settled. I paid money back.
Debt to society.
Like literally, it was a woman who I dated in New York. I was a homosexual, so I was living with her. I did like her, but I've tracked her down and I paid her $300.
Good job.
Oh, good for you.
Good job.
Just for my own mindset. Yes.
What did she say to that? She just liked the Venmo thing to let her know she got it.
She did like it.
But when you started taking off your clothes, like, well, we're here, right?
Thankfully, it was like last year. It was still it was masked and I couldn't fly at the
pandemic.
Time.
Okay.
So she got it at a good time. Yeah, 300. I mean, if I was face to face, who knows, man?
Yeah,
you give somebody $300, they might, that eases the defenses a little.
Yep. Sounds like you have rehabbed your way into.
I like that you didn't even have to say.
That we know and
Clark,
love.
so much growth.
So Clark, fantastic. So much growth. ...
That's just sex. Sex is ... That's an invite to come through. But yeah, no, I found her on Instagram. Paid her money, man.
Good job.
If somebody dates you, do they have to worry about you seeing their mother and just breaking down? Because I don't need that bullshit on a first date or third date, whatever it is.
I open it up with that because I feel like it's a good thing. Like, hey, there's no mother-in-law you ever have to deal with ever. If this goes that far, there's no like I'm dealing with the issues of it. Yes, my mom's dead. I go to therapy about it. I'm a comedian who's not broke. I'm not fully popped, but I'm not broke. And I open with that, like first conversation, just putting this all out there so what you
that
getting.
that we're going Dutch. It's good to
That
know
we-
right away. I don't want the surprise later.
if you ask me out, you paying. If I ask you out, I'll pay. I'm
Did you
old
always
school.
like if your date told you that kind of heavy stuff up front? Did you like it, or does that make you nervous?
I've never had them do that with me. It's always like,
Do you want
Small
that?
talk.
yeah, I definitely want that. It's like when I say it, I know it's not romantic. It's not like it could be a buzzkill, but I like the truth being out there. Like that's sexy to me. Like, damn, you came. Like it was a woman I was messaging. I was like, so what was your last situation? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, like sexual, whatever. She was like, well, there's somebody if I want to have sex with, I can do that. So I'm like, oh shit, just like first time talking, she just like, listen, I have situations going on. That's so
You
different.
asked. Is the
Well,
difference that they're not lying, or that
well,
you're asking?
I like that they didn't leave that out. That was cool to me. Like
You asked and then clarified it.
well, it was
Is it new that you're asking? Is my point. Is it new that you're asking? Do you have a situation?
yeah, I think so.
Mm,
I think
okay.
so. I think I didn't need to know because I didn't know because that makes me feel like I'm looking for something deeper. The more questions I ask, the more like it feels like I'm trying to, be serious about it. So I asked now, and it was just I didn't expect them to be that honest. I expected them to talk about the last thing that they had that didn't work out, not like whatever casual thing they got going on. I think I called it a situationship. What was your last situationship? And that's when she needed clarity. She's like, yeah, I got somebody right now, but we can go
Are
have
you
coffee.
okay with this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, no, do your thing. Like
You
everybody.
like it better. You're like, yeah, please. Then I don't
I'm
need to
like,
talk to you all day.
please. I'll be sleepy. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't got to just have like get whatever means by way you can be pleased. Please do that. Like, don't let me stop none of that until we need to have that conversation. Very
All
open
right.
about that.
Do me a favor. Final thoughts for the women out there. Clark Jones, go ahead.
Women be
Shopping.
they shop. They're emotionally unavailable. What else? What else? What else did I miss about women that they need to do? They need to
Oh,
be
this is
nice.
a
Don't
nagging.
even what else hem to me. It's keep feeding you these stupid lines. Let's be clear.
No, you know what? Jared, y'all know Jared Freed. He had a great observation about how like everybody's coming out of the pandemic, like they just did a 2-year bid. Everybody's a little bit hardened,
Mhm.
and let's just get back to be cautious, but be open as well. If you're gonna tell somebody I want to date you, you have to. It's risky. So if you're gonna take the risk, there's only so much caution you can take.
A lot to take. A lot to take in. Come to explain that to me later. And what should the audience know, other than the fact that they go to the website with 2 E's, theclarkjones.com.
Man, I'm not sure when this is airing, but I'm back on road. I'll
Okay.
be back in New York soon. DC dates. I'm doing the East Coast run, and I'm prepping to come back to New York, depending on a couple things. But I'm very excited about that. And
Do you have pandemic jokes now in your repertoire?
I have it. I work it into the other jokes. So
Okay.
like, when we first started performing again, it was a lot of pandemic stuff. But if I'll throw it in as a tag or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And then the same joke I told before at the end. Pandemic.
Thank you. Good night, pandemic.
Clark, thank you
was
so
great.
much for your time. It's good to see you again.
We're done, man. That went by
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
Keith and the girl, we had a great time. 3-way fun podcast. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Thank
I really
you. We
appreciate this talk.
We should have kept a timer in the corner like your therapist does. Like,
Yeah,
and that
man.
That'd be funny.
our session is now over.
I'll Venmo you guys later. All right, y'all.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you.
Clark. It's good talking to you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Later.
Yep.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.